I'll give you another example of how do I take the children into, not take children, guide them to enter the reality outside. One exercise I did was on trees. How do I go about them? Is that I don't give so much talk on trees or kind of share what I have in my mind about trees, because the children of that age keenly observe everything that's around. And one job for us when we work with the children is that not to teach them much, but which they have already in their mind, which they've been seeing, and to make them realize how valuable what they're seeing and what they're experiencing, which most in the schools we don't regard them much. But here is to regard them and say they are important. So an exercise of working on the trees, when I asked them, first I asked them just to write down in few words whatever their experience, their observations about trees. So they just write down various things, and often it's amazing the way lot of details they observe, which we ourselves have not have observed. Very subtle things. Anyone would be amazed if you give some dedicated time to ask them to share what they understand, what they've observed, and what they've experienced on trees. So once they've written down a lot of the observations, and I asked them to read it out loud. So if there are 10 children, the 10 children read it out what they've experienced, and suddenly you see there's a big web opening up. A child observed something, when the child read that out, immediately that gives a key to the other child. That child also has observed, but he has not brought that to his or her conscious mind. But the moment one child read that, so that comes to his conscious mind. Oh, that is something which I also doing, but I haven't thought about it. So similarly, the sharing between these 10 children keep opening up further windows to every child, and the 10 become 100, 100 become 1000 areas of experience and observations. So then I asked them to draw various elements that are connected with these trees. They start drawing it. So once they start drawing it, then it get much more further than what they have written about it. So you build a whole world taking tree as a symbol. And then you recognizes tree is not just the tree which you often just draw, with its branches and the structure of the branches and the leaves and so on. That tree become really a tree of life. And the purpose is that often we talk about tree of life, which is most times only an idea in our head, a beautiful picture we draw. But then this become a living reality with the child who recognizes. Everything's around in the world, and that terrain get connected with that land, with that tree. The water and air and birds and butterflies, and the tree, the nest of the birds on the tree, and the snakes that climbs to take those eggs, and the coexistence of various things, and the prey and the predators. Everything what we think of our life, our agony, our suffering, our joy, our beauty, everything what we cherish, it's all can be seen just in the tree itself. You don't have to talk about anything else. Everything what we are preoccupied in our mind to talk about our life, about politics, about beauty, about love, everything can be explained when we just talk about trees. We don't need anything else. So that's how we get the children to engage whatever they take, help them take that as a symbol and connect with everything around in their life, and feel enchanted about it, feel the mystery about it, and not to leave them with an understanding, now they understood that, but help them to think they are beginning to understand, and that always stay fresh in their mind. The tree which they understood today, tomorrow will open up more and more windows to them to understand their own life and the life around the society. Okay?
Difference between like city